Can you make any champion a good off-meta pick? Have you tried to make a champion work in their non-intended role and just like fail miserably? But what if I told you there's a trick to making every champion you play a working off-meta pick? That's right, I've been playing League forever now, and I've played every champion except you piece of shit. Alright, time to come clean a little bit. So I was going to make this video originally about off-meta support picks, but as I thought more and more about the tips I was giving, it really does kind of work in every role. But just wanted to give you a caveat saying that a lot of the champions are going to be like off-meta support examples. So just stick with me here. First thing, you want to know your champion. Be the champion. You want to make sure you know their strengths, but honestly, most importantly, you want to know their weaknesses. Now, if you're a one-trick Ultra Instinct champion expert, then maybe you can skip this part, because you're already godly at your champion and just kind of do whatever your thing. However, if you're not and you just kind of want to play a different champion in another role because you think it might be fun, then this part is really important. Now, learning a champion's strengths is kind of easy. There's a ton of tools out there, but it's really just taking some time to learn their best combos, their best builds, what works for them in laning, all that stuff. I know, right? Knowing the champion you're playing makes you better at the champion. Mind blown. But trust me, I've had some bad times playing champs that I thought I knew, then I actually played them and it was different than I expected. For me, it's like Jax. I don't know why he feels so fucking weird, man. He just does. It's weird. But honestly, this step can take you like 10 minutes in the training tool to figure out, so like just do that before you get into a game. Now, the better thing to do is to focus on the champion's weaknesses and their weaknesses in the role that they're playing. So imagine this. Man, I really want to play Volibear. Oops, looks like I didn't get my role. Well, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to play him as support. He can be a good support, right? He has a speed buff and a stun, some good damage, a poke tool, and a pretty hard engage with his ult. He sounds perfect! But why when I play him as a support that he sucks so bad? He's just so bad. Well, that's because I didn't know his weakness. Other engaged supports have instant CCs, pulls, point and click stuns, and stuff like that. Volley has to get into melee range to stun the champion. In the extra 2 seconds you give the enemy champion, they can use all the mobility they have to get away from you, and they're damaging you in the process. So let's rewind. He isn't an engaged support. Let's just add this little bit right here and mwah! Much better. I played him another game with just a slight tweak and we won the game I played. It felt like I actually contributed and it was a lot better than the other times. Now I know what you're thinking. Is that really it? Know the champion and really that's all there is to it? Well, thanks Asuga. Thanks for wasting my time. However, there is something else that you also might want to consider. Now you're playing your champion differently. That means you should probably adjust the build based on the new role you're playing. A bit of a counter of what I actually said earlier about knowing your champion's build. However, if you take another support pick like Gnosis, you know, Gnosis, the all-time best support, and you take his build from OP.GG and you're gonna have a bad time, baby! You want to make sure to adjust to the new role he's in. If you take his build and turn him into an AP poke support that maxes his E, mwah, chef's kiss, he's perfect and actually super fun, so try him out. But you gotta love that unavoidable damage, baby. You just focus on his weakness. He's never gonna get into the bot lane. Don't even try it. You're gonna have a bad time. So what you say is you say, fuck engaging. We're just gonna poke you until you're dead with my high AP scaling E. And we're just gonna not care about engaging. And because of this, we adjust the build to look more something like this. Now don't click away. If you're liking the video, please subscribe. It helps me know that you want more videos like this. And if you don't subscribe, that's fine too. I'll try my best to earn that subscription in the future. So let's get on with it. Now, without this last step, none of the things before this would even be possible. Perhaps all off-meta supports would have never existed. And that is... just do it! That's right, pick the champion. You'll never know unless you try. Now, I might not be advocating to try out Yuumi top lane in your ranked promotional series, but don't be afraid to just make the pick. If someone has a problem with it, there's this little handy mute button right there, and you don't have to deal with them anymore. No one would have ever learned off meta picks unless they tried it, and it's the same everywhere. League would have been a completely different game without it, and everyone would have been playing in their role they were intended. All those poke support champions would have been mid laners, Graves and Quinn would have still been ADCs, and champions as we know them today would have been way, way different. And if your pick doesn't do well the first time, well, just try it out again. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work. That's League, man. Welcome to the game of League of Legends, where no matter what you do, you're always going to lose sometimes. Just remember, play the champion you want to play in the role you want to play them. This is a game, and if you're having fun, that's great. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, it's just a game, right? Talk to you later!